I am half Cree. My mom is the Indigenous woman from Saskatchewan. My dad was from Barbados. So I call myself a Cree-Ibian. It's so crazy. My English name is Tasha Beeds, and I hail from the Treaty 6 territories of the Plains Cree Nation, or the Nehiyaw Nation. I am of the Mukwak clan, so I'm Bear Clan, and I belong to a Midewan lodge called Minwewigan Lodge, just outside of, out of Wikwemkum First Nations and out of Roseau River. I'm just arriving to the territories of the Anishinaabe. I lived here before. I lived down south in Toronto. I relocated here just this past year, and I'm now an Indigenous Studies professor here at the University of Sudbury. So it's my first year.
Well, welcome.
Yeah. Thank you. I'm really excited about the students. They're engaging, they're respectful, and so I'm super excited to have that opportunity to engage with them and to learn. Part of my pedagogy is that you learn just as much from your students, just as much as they learn from you. So it's more community driven. We create community in the classroom. We as Indigenous peoples have something to offer to the world. And more people are beginning to recognize that. But as an Indigenous woman, my commitment is to my community. It's a commitment to my family. I'm a grandmother, so I have 2 granddaughters, which is like crazy. But I'm so excited and so happy, and honored to be a grandmother. So my responsibility is to the future, to them, and to all the future generations that come, and not just Indigenous future generations, but all people, non-Indigenous generations as well. I am here always as an agent of change for my people, and then for the land, for the waters, for the earth herself, because as you may or may not know, we conceptualize the water as a living entity. We conceptualize the earth as a living entity. So I'm here for the water and for the earth and all of creation. And those are my passions, and all of that relates and translates into being a professor, because I'm also here for the students. It's part of my belief and my pedagogy that without students we wouldn't have this university. I wouldn't be a professor without my students. Mm-hmm. So I really invest in my students' well-being.
With that, what is one thing people may not know about you? Something we might not have covered?
Oh, I have a black belt in Taekwondo.
Oh wow!
Just random, right? I don't have these random things. I have a black belt in Taekwondo, and I'm a social media activist.
There you go.
And so I run Facebook auctions. I raise money for grassroots. Social media is a really powerful tool, and as Indigenous people, we've learned how to harness it. And so, I have access, for instance, in 3 of my groups, I have access to 18,000 people, just like that, one click of the button. And as Indigenous peoples, we're connected all across Turtle Island and beyond. Mm-hmm. We make those intercultural connections now with other Indigenous peoples from other countries, New Zealand, Australia. So I'm happy to be a part of that community, because it really is a community. Mm-hmm. too. So yeah, random fact, I have a black belt and I'm a social media activist.
Cool.